Alright, now I've finished The Last of Us Part 2. I thought I'd share my thoughts on the game. And I loved it. It's a great game. Picks up right where Part 1 left off with its great storytelling, great characters. The voice acting is amazing. The animation down to their facial expressions during dialogue. Amazing. I love it. I mean, like in that scene where Dina is trying to talk Ellie out of leaving the farmhouse, and she says, come back to bed, we'll talk about it in the morning, and she has a roll of her eyes as she turns around to head back upstairs. Like stuff like that, like the facial expressions, the monsters. There was some new ones thrown in there. They were awesome again. And the AI design of the enemies. I love the way when you were fighting against the WLF or the Scars, if they spotted you, they coordinated to try and find you. When you killed one of them, they would call out that person's name, like, "Oh no, Robert! They killed Robert!" Like they'd find a body and call out that person's name. It made it seem so much more immersive. Their movements, the enemy's movements, whether they were human or infected, was a lot more unpredictable than the first game. They wouldn't just have a set pattern. They would sort of wander around aimlessly. It was really hard to predict. Made it a lot harder. One thing I didn't like at first was the introduction of the new character in Abby. I thought, why am I playing this girl? Who is she? What's this about? And then you find out, and you're like, what the hell? I don't want to play as this person after what they just did. I don't care about this person. I really hated Abby and her friends. But then that changed, like the story arc, when you find out why they did what they did and showed who they were and their reasons for doing what they did. You sort of saw it from their side. There was no good guys or bad guys. The parallels between Abby's story and Ellie's story, doing what they did out of revenge. Look, both of them looking for revenge. Both of them costing their friends their lives out of their own selfish need for revenge. The parallels there, it was just really well done. But yeah, I hated Abby at first. You hated Manny. You saw Owen was a good dude though. He was sort of trying to stop them from going overboard. I liked the new characters. I liked Dina. Get to see more of Tommy even. That was great. Jesse. Now the new characters in this one were really well done. Lev and his sister Yara. Their story with the scars. I just thought, it was really well done. So then how the story ended. Ellie walking away from the farmhouse. But one thing I noticed was she wasn't walking to what I thought was the front gate. Surely the front gate would be, the larger front gate would head back to Jackson. She instead walked back towards the back gate. She left sort of symbolic. She left the guitar behind. She left everything sort of that reminded her of Joel behind. Maybe like closing that chapter in her life, leaving Joel behind. Walked to the back gate though. Why? She's like heading back where she came from. not back to Jackson and Dina. So I was thinking maybe it sort of left it open for a part 3. Is she heading back up the coast to try and find the Fireflies? Because she did know that Abby was looking for the Fireflies, because there was notes in Abby's boat hinting at Abby trying to find the Fireflies. And so to me that means Ellie's going to go try and find them herself, because that last conversation that they had together on the porch, her and Joel, was about how Joel robbed her of having her life mean something by what he did at the hospital, and that she wants to set that right. She wants to go and have her life mean something. So I think that's where she's headed. She's headed to try and find the Fireflies. And you've got Abby and Lev. Will they be there? So it sort of leaves it open for part 3. So it was good that Ellie and Joel got to speak one last time, but it was on the porch. But it was kind of sad that they never got to mend their relationship before he died. So if they do a sequel, like, who would you play as? It'd have to be Ellie looking for the Fireflies, but would you get to see more of Abby, more of Lev? Maybe what they're going through, either finding the Fireflies, or if they're already there with them, maybe it's go on missions with the Fireflies to help them out with whatever their agenda is. And then you also play as Ellie until she gets there and finds them. Be interesting. Will we get to see more of Tommy, more of Dina back at Jackson? Will they even do a sequel? I mean, they might not even intend on there having a sequel, just left it open-ended so that people could make up their own mind what happened. I mean, when it ended and Ellie walked out and was walking through the grass out the back of the farmhouse there, I thought she was going to go and hang herself in the tree or something. I'm just glad that didn't happen. I thought surely they weren't going to end it that dark, but the game was pretty dark in other aspects. They might not even do a sequel. It might be, the story might continue with the television series that just came out recently. Maybe they'll continue the storyline through that instead of a game. Either way, it'd be great to see more of what happens after Ellie leaves the farmhouse. I'm hoping they do continue it either with a new game or in the TV show. Anyway, that's my ramblings on what I thought of The Last of Us Part 2. I loved it. As good as the first one. I'm glad they continued on the story. 10 out of 10. Let me know what you thought about it. Jump in the comments. Did you like it? Didn't you like it? Let me know your thoughts on the characters, where you think the story's going to go from here. And I'll have a look. Respond to any comments. See you in the next one.